This is the one everybody's been waiting on. They like, Tony Stark. Spoiler real quick for y'all. Yeah, he dead. Good. F*** him. Because Godzilla's still alive, baby.
How many of these things are there?
17 and counting.
That's messed up.
All right, before we begin, I just want to say that we are a proud partner of Dollar Shave Club, who has approved this video. And speaking of this video, Martin, we're about to talk about Godzilla.
Now, of course, the king.
The king, Martin. But can't have that skin, though, Martin. You're a little rough.
Yeah,
Martin,
I'll say.
You want to be smooth, Martin. And
like me.
Like you, Martin. And you know something? With Dollar Shave Club, that can happen. I just happen to have the starter kit right here, Martin. And you can be smooth only, Martin, if you have the finest products for your face.
Now, what might those products be?
It is Dollar Shave Club.
Right.
So that means that they're going to have some stuff to shave with. Always going to have the executive razor. Martin, I tell you to hold it every time, but I'm going to tell you again.
All right.
Feel the weight on that.
One more time. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Quality.
Perfectly balanced.
Oh.
Yeah, I dig that.
Y'all think we playing about this, but Martin is like, you're like an addict. You always come in here, man, you got that shave butter.
I do love that shave butter.
Oh, Martin, I'm in that alley. I got you. I got you, Martin.
Thanks, man, because I've been getting rough lately.
Go ahead, take it.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Take it. Now, Martin, doesn't matter how many shaving products that you have over there. You can't do nothing with them, especially that executive razor, if you do not have the cartridges that come with it.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
without the razor, none of that matters.
They got your whole body taken care of,
Are
Martin.
you telling me they take care of more than just shaving?
Martin, they take care of everything. Martin, they got something to wash your funky ass with. They got this body cleanser right here. Martin, you can smell like calming amber and lavender.
Calm just hearing those words.
Just smell that.
Let me smell it.
Smell it. Smell my finger. Martin, you can also smell like citrus and Hawaiian ginger. Look
citrus
at that.
and Hawaiian ginger.
I know, Martin.
Man, that sounds like a drink.
Martin, you're like a cocktail over there.
You mix rum with this, right?
Martin, you got to have a meal to go with that drink right there. But let's season you up with sage and black pepper, Martin.
Oh, yeah.
Before you throw that ass on the grill.
Yeah, that's my favorite flavor of pork rinds right there.
Now that you're all smooth, now that you're all clean, we can just come up there and rub that face, rub all over your body. But ain't nobody going to want to be close to you if your breath is stinking. That's why I have right here, Martin, we have the Superba toothbrush. And again, can't do much with that unless you have the fluoride toothpaste right here, which is Peppermint Kick. It's not a small box, but this starter kit packs a lot of stuff. Now, how much do you think that this box would run for? $5, Martin. That's right, $5 for all this goodness right here. Now, after that, the restock box, it will arrive to you with the regular size items at the regular price, but you can get this deal right now by going to dollarshaveclub.com/toasted. Again, it's right there, but I'm going to repeat it again, dollarshaveclub.com/toasted. Jump on this today. We are a proud partner of Dollar Shave Club who have approved and sponsored this video, and we thank you. Because, 2 seconds of Godzilla, that's big enough for a 2-hour movie. Yeah, people complain, and they're like, you know what, though? And I was just saving it all. But that was just the opening act right there.
That's the appetizer.
That was just a teaser, if you will. That 2-hour movie.
2-hour teaser.
It's Godzilla. That's a teaser for Godzilla. The reason why I didn't show for that much, because y'all didn't give me my proper respect. Because the last one was called Godzilla. Now,
Yeah, that's my name.
no, that ain't my name. No, Godzilla. Shit, you call me Godzilla, you get me for 2 seconds. Now you call me King of the Monsters. Oh, shit. Call me by my proper name. Yeah, I'll be there for you. I'll tear some shit up for you. Because Godzilla said, you know something, them bitches I fought in the last movie, that wasn't nobody. Now, you call.
We don't even know who they are.
Yeah, nah, we going for the heavyweight belt. I want.
Why's get your ducking me?
Yeah. You say, call that punk ass Ghidorah out here. call him, then we got to fight. That's what I'm coming out for, and that's what people been waiting on. They were waiting on him to fight the classics, and and people are saying that this is one of the most highly anticipated movies of the summer because of that reason, that he is going to be fighting off against as much as we love Godzilla, it's like Godzilla ain't Godzilla unless he's beating somebody's ass.
Sure.
That's why you got to have King Ghidorah out there. You got to have Mothra, Rodan out there, and who knows, man? You might even get a guest appearance by Martin and Corey. Getting stepped on.
Who else is big enough to take them on?
Yeah, them double toasted boys out there. But one thing they say with this movie that you're going to get, as you can see with the beast that they have in here, they say, if nothing else, we are going to give you plenty of fights and plenty of destruction. For those who said we didn't have enough in the last one, well, we're going to give you that and then some in this one right here. Does that mean, though, that this is any good? I mean, we see a lot of stuff blowing up on screen.
Yeah, we do. All the time.
We in that age, man,
it's easy to blow stuff up.
Superheroes killing people at the time by blowing shit up. They ain't supposed to be helping people. They leave more destruction at the time than Godzilla. So that's not new. We say it all the time. Oh, but you don't see it with Godzilla. That must mean something. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer right here.
But now that you ask.
My God.
Zilla. Your thoughts. I'm God and bitch you not. Love that pose right there. If nothing else, I love that pose right there.
This is Godzilla's world. We just live in it.
Damn right.
Yeah! Kick his ass! Yeah!
UFC 238.
Some people gonna be easily satisfied with this.
Oh, yeah.
They just gonna be happy that it's not the 1998 one. Which is a horrible movie, man. This is why people really love that the last one, which was from 2014.
Yeah,
that's why
like,
people.
I know it's like it gets a pass just because it's not that.
Yeah, it gets a pass because Godzilla ain't out there rapping with Poof Daddy and shit. I understand, man. That was. Like, you know what? Even this shit's too silly for me. I'm partial to this because, again, no spoiler here. We all know from the last movie. And I'm glad we did this. That's something else I didn't like about the 1998 Godzilla, that they made him a villain. I made her once you found out it was a female. That thing was all dumb. But I
it was made by people who had no clue as to what Godzilla was.
Had no
giant
clue.
lizard, right? All right, we got this.
And they made a giant lizard, an iguana, giant iguana, man, with biceps and leg muscles. But my child of the 70s, a little bit of the 80s, but I grew up in the 70s and midway into the 80s, but in the 70s, Godzilla, he was all about the children.
Up from the depths, 30 stories high, breathing fire, his head in the sky, Godzilla and Godzilla.
It's Godzilla like. Godzilla like, damn, you my intro all up.
No.
Boy, I told you stay in the car. God damn it. Godzooky. But I love Godzooky though. I always admired the ones where Godzilla was was a hero for the children and all the people. There's a movie that I grew up with that was from, it counts kind of the 70s. It was 1969. Mm-hmm. It was it had a lot of titles. It was Revenge of Godzilla, Attack All Monsters.
Attack All Monsters.
Son of Godzilla.
A place feared by men the world over, all within the mind of a child.
What does that mean? All within the mind of a child.
He probably on a lot of drugs. Shit, he just thought he saw Godzilla. Godzilla! Man, that's a cat. Shut the
I mean, is the whole movie, is it just a dream?
It's a dream. It's using stock footage from a lot of other Godzilla movies, and he dreams of going to Monster Island and hanging out with Minya.
Minya.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah, it was silly, but it was it's the one that everybody sees. The one with when you see Son of Godzilla and Little Minya, it's probably from this movie. With Godzilla as a hero, the reason why I really like it is because with Godzilla as a hero, to me, that raised the level of a monster film. It gave you something to root for. It made him a character more than just a mindless creature just tearing things up. And you know what? That is kind of the reason why some of this works. I would say, and I'm gonna pass this on to Martin, but some of this works because it's all about the monsters here. With this, they do a lot of fan service. It's even with some of the shots, one of the cool things about making Godzilla heroic is that he will strike a fan pose for people. He will actually embrace being a big ass giant hero. That shot right there, they might as well, that's a Michael Jackson moment. They might as well just had him tear his shirt off. They should have gave his ass just a big ass tank top.
He knows when he has an audience. He's like, I'm gonna give him a chance to get their cameras out.
Oh man, yeah.
Get out your phones.
Yeah, people
do a selfie if you
people
want.
taking selfies right there, getting radiation. When you see him working with humans, it's pretty cool. Like that moment gave me chills when I saw Godzilla with, like, you saw it in the trailer, but to see him in action with those jets behind him, working together, man.
Yeah, no, that's a cool shot when he's kind of walking slow and the jets are behind him and he starts speeding up.
Yeah, and they actually say, "We got your back." And moments like that, there are moments in here where people actually touched Godzilla. I don't know if it's a Japanese thing or what, but what's his name?
Ken Watanabe.
Ken Watanabe, man, him and Godzilla close. Like, I think he wants to Godzilla.
I got that impression after a while.
Yeah, he was always arguing.
He was fanboying over Godzilla.
He was. You and I, we were meant to be together. Admit it.
Tell me you feel this too.
Yeah. No one will love you like I love you, Godzilla. He's like, get your hand off me, man.
That look on his eye.
He's like, hey, man, if you don't take your hand off me right now. Shit, there's even a moment with Godzilla, like he's Jesus. They say he died for us. And here, yeah, there's I think on that level, it kind of works. Those are you really get triumphant moments when you have Godzilla as a true hero. Like, because Godzilla's always been like somebody say, he's like, look, I'm cool as long as y'all are working with me. The moment one of these jets swerve the wrong way and just nudge my ass, that's it. I'm killing all you motherfuckers. The moment I get one idea that somebody's against me, but he's like, if y'all work with me, because that's the thing. He's like, look, y'all see all these things out here. Y'all know I'm here to save the planet. Like, I'm one of the biggest defenses that y'all have against anybody tearing this planet up. And if y'all don't give me my respect for that, I will this shit. You know what? If I can't have Earth, nobody gonna have this shit. I think on that level, you will get what you want if you're a Godzilla fan. If you are somebody who's been, like, especially if you complained about the last one, saying, man, okay, this is cool, but I'm waiting to get into some classic Godzilla territory with the next one. I think you're going to get that here. How you feeling about that?
I think about how the movie Alien ruined things in a lot of people's mind. The whole, well, you don't show it or you save the creature. But yes, sometimes you do. But most of the time, when people are there for something, you need to recognize that and put it out there.
Yeah.
And that's what that last movie, like, we're gonna hold him back and make it a big surprise. Like, look, we know what he looks like. don't cock tease me. Get it out there. Now, this movie here, it acknowledges that, like, yeah, that was some bullshit before. We've had Kong Skull Island where you got to see plenty of Kong. There's no time to bullshit now. And besides getting Godzilla and all your favorite monsters, this is that movie where if somebody says, well, this is for the fans, it's like, hell yes, it is. But the difference is it's not only for the fans. Because I like Godzilla. I grew up watching the movies, but I don't necessarily consider myself a fan. I don't know much of the lore at all. I got to say, they pulled it off here with putting everything in here that I could want to where I was like, you know, if I didn't get it before, I get it now. And the science of it is just, it's goofball city. It's just you start it and you will go down a rabbit hole and never stop pointing out all the things that defies science and physics and everything that you've ever known.
I wouldn't even use that word.
No.
Science has no place in this. They try. Wackiness they get.
Wackiness. They do so much with radiation in this thing, and especially now that Chernobyl is on and people are watching that, you got a clue as to what radiation will do, and they just play around with it. It's like, yeah, it's fully radiated now. And it's like, yeah, you guys are all dead. I don't know if you know this. Or you should be if you weren't in this movie.
Yeah, I like I said, man, if you're going in and looking at this, where they do set this up, because it really is set up like a wrestling match.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, from the beginning of the movie, they set up who you're supposed to root for and who you're not supposed to root for. I mean, the moment King Ghidorah is introduced.
Okay, that's the thing we've been back and forth about, because it was always
they've done it different ways.
Right.
You know, Ghidorah we'll say over here, but you know, when they introduce him, they might as well just had him in front of a camera talking about Godzilla. You ain't shit.
I'll beat you before, and I'll do it again.
You ain't shit, Godzilla. If you ain't time you want to meet me, brother, I'll be right here waiting on you. Fuck you. You know, at this one point where they might as well have Mothra just come in with a chair.
I know.
You know.
You're going down, nigga.
Yeah. Godzilla, we're going for you, nigga. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Can we do that again? Jesus. The fights that you see here, they stay surprisingly true to the fights that you would see in the original, but they've taken some of the goofiness out of it and made, still giant animals, so it's kind of goofy in a way, but they've added, as I said, more animalistic traits to these.
Oh, yeah.
So your fights are more brutal. Your fights are more feral, and you could actually go through and see in the movie where they've taken fights from other films.
That's what I thought, because some of the fight moves look familiar.
Well, there's the 1964 film, King Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. It's from 1964, and they actually, now it's a little silly, but they actually recreated this fight in the movie in a way. Guys are like, motherfucker, shot me in my ass. Bitch, come here. Shoot me in my ass. What the fuck is wrong with you? They made him mad. I showed you some of the sillier parts right there. But if you watch the movie, there's a lot of elements taken from that fight right there that is in the film. They've changed some things, they tweaked some things around, but that fight is in the film, man. And you cannot tell me that they did not look at that and say, okay, we got to use that as a big influence in what we're doing here. Right. Especially that scene. When I was watching, I was like, man, that's a three-headed monster. I know where they got that from.
Seems like it's most of the fights are happening when it's dark or rainy, but you can still see what's going on. It's not like Pacific Rim.
No. I would even say that because a lot of people are saying that it's too dark, and I really don't understand you saying that you can't see anything, because you can. I would even say that to a certain extent, the way they and I'm looking for a certain thing right here, the way they light this, the way they kind of keep this, in the dark, it really does. They do a lot of things where they work with the lighting in the movie. There's so many moments where they when they're fighting, the creatures glow with anger or aggression, or even, like I said, in this case with Mothra, even beauty, where they just illuminate the whole sky. So look, if it was one thing where they just fought in the dark and they're complete shadows, that'd be another. Yeah. But they really take advantage of
dramatic lighting.
Yeah, dramatic lighting there. Some of the darker elements on the screen, they eventually just they light that up beautifully. Ghidorah, man, is that's a very good design.
I mean, man, you're looking at a sunset where he's on top of a volcano and then lightning shooting out the tips of his wings.
and pretty much telling God, yeah, do something.
Yeah.
I dare you. When you watch King Ghidorah in the other movies, you know, those heads are just, you know, they're rubber, man.
Yeah.
They're just dangling all over the place. You know, they're on strings. Look at it.
Oh, I love it.
like,
It feels so good.
Lower. Ooh, yeah. oh, keep going. Even Ghidorah's like, hey, man, shit. Calm your ass down. But, you know, you see those heads dangling all over the place.
Yeah.
Here, those heads got personality, man.
Yeah.
That's like they got two heads that get in a fight with each other, and the third one's like, hey, man, cut that shit
Break
out.
it up.
Yeah, got shit to do. You know, they call them the Three Stooges, and they really are like the Three Stooges. It's, you know, they give them personality. There's one fight in here where one of the creatures did some acting. One creature did something to another one, and one of the creatures like, ooh, you got me. It's a lot of good stuff here, man. However, you know, look, I sat back long and hard to think about this because, you know, as I told you, there's a lot of things. I'm not even the biggest Godzilla fan out there, but I grew up watching Godzilla movies. Yeah. You know, I'm not a hardcore fan like some people, but I've watched enough to be excited about a Godzilla movie coming out, to want a Godzilla movie to succeed.
Sure.
And I think I went light on that last movie because I was like, all right, and I was that guy. I was like, look, at least you got some elements right here. And I know you're gonna make another one, so you shall pass. But
and when this one showed up, you're like, we ought to pass it.
Well, man, look, we live in, you know, we're neck deep in the age of the blockbuster where they blow shit up. They give us a lot of special effects. They give us a lot of spectacle, and this to me, it had everything as far as those elements there. You know, the fights, the destruction, you know, all the lasers and the monsters. They had all of that. They had the fan service. You know, and that was the biggest thing. They said, but that's it. We got the fights. And then somebody said, yeah, how do we get them to fight though? I'm like, oh shit, we didn't really think about that. The rest of this feels, as far as a story, this feels slapped together. I hate to use this word here, but this is just stupid. And that hurts to say for a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, I was like, as opposed to what other Godzilla movie?
Well, no, listen, I'm not gonna go that route where they say, well, they got the fights. What else you want? It's like, come on, man. You know, yes, to a certain extent, this is doing what old Godzilla movies do. Mm-hmm. You know, they are fighting. They're doing they're destroying the city, like we see. You know, they're doing what they should. But man, come on, you know, dumb writing is dumb writing. They're trying to pull it up to a point where they're taking this more seriously.
Yeah.
The actors are taking it seriously. You got serious budget. You've done these monsters where even the monsters you're trying to take seriously to the point where I even felt for them. I'm not gonna tell you who, because I want to tell you who the bad guys are and who the good guys are. But there's a couple in here that I was like, man, I really feel for them. These people I give a less about.
Right.
You know?
They go to die of cancer when this is all over.
Yeah. Look, I'm sorry because a lot of people are gonna be mad because a lot of people have been looking forward to this, and I got it. But when this is your best dialogue in the movie, him roaring, that says something. Mm-hmm. Was the best. It was probably the best dialogue in the movie. That is bad because one of the things that I'm getting kind of tired of. I think I'm just over this, man. I think that I'm just kind of over destruction in movies overall.
Well, there's a point where you become numb to it.
I really am. And it's not because I'm just kind of numb to it, but I'm just numb to it. I'm numb to destruction without consequence. Mm-hmm. It's that's what they do, man. You know, they're doing what we criticize DC movies for. Yeah. They're doing what we criticize now Marvel movies for. And this one, at least some of those try to have some consequence. This is not having a whole lot of consequence here. And what they do is they try to bullshit you by saying, well, we got everybody out the city by showing you this one shot where we had 100 extras kind of get out go through a gate and onto a plane. It's like, no.
Because when you see the kind of destruction they're doing, you realize there's no place these people could have gotten to.
When they're done, there is nothing. Look, I don't know where we go from here because there's nothing left.
That's what I kept saying the whole time. It's like these fights were fun, but they're all about, oh no, this is going to help the planet. I was like, the planet's going to be fine no matter what, but the people are done.
Yeah,
human race is done.
Yeah, or at least it's going to take a long time to rebuild.
Long time.
That's why they had a Netflix show. And I haven't seen all of it. I saw a couple of about 2 or 3 episodes, but it's an animated Godzilla where they acknowledge that Godzilla and all these creatures, when they start fighting, the humans just say, "Man, f it, let them have it."
Yeah.
they leave. They go. They say, "Yeah, it's his world." And all these creatures out here, and they just leave the planet behind. And like I say, I'm not even asking for complete realism. We are dealing with we're dealing with giant monsters here.
Right.
But the thing is, like I say, they don't acknowledge it. And the science that they're using here is dumb. The technology talking about that they're using, the way they explain it, the whole reason for setting these creatures loose.
Oh boy.
Also, this whole thing of it's set up because what happened is this is what I hate. And I have a movie to compare this to where I can tell you why I like that and why I don't care for the elements that they have here. We have what's her name, Vera Farmiga.
Yeah.
And who's her husband in the movie?
Kyle Chandler.
Yeah. They're doing this whole thing where it's another one of those where they try to get quick emotions from people. Oh, they lost a child, and that's their reason for whatever they're doing with these creatures. That's the the rest of the world is suffering. It's like, but my baby. It's like, oh man, that to me, it's not so much that's not a good reason, but you could tell in the movie they're kind of using it for a little shorthand emotion.
Well, yeah, I mean, and there's something where that decision to do that only a completely off the deep end insane person would do, and then they try to make that person kind of normal later, and it's like,
no.
Nah.
I didn't ask for science.
I know. You guys brought it in.
I know exactly what I'm looking at. It's monsters beating the shit out of each other. I didn't ask you to bring realism and science in here, so don't set up science and then 2 minutes later forget about what you just said. There's a moment in here where somebody tells them, they say, you can't go out there because if you do, you will burn alive from radiation or the heat.
Yeah.
2 minutes later, they out there strolling through there, ain't even busting a sweat.
I know.
It was 2 minutes later, Martin.
I know.
All you had to do was get out and walk through that goddamn heat. And if you had not said nothing, I never would have questioned it.
Thought about it.
There's a point where they're talking about, man, the radiation level. Like you said, radiation levels are going to be, they're going to be off the hook around here. And then, meanwhile, they soaking in radiation. Woo, shit, that look cool, don't it? It don't make no sense. I didn't ask you to say these things. You said that shit. I said, it's not a spoiler, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. But there's a point where, things look like they just going to hell. And the military says, well, you know what? We've been working on this crazy bomb that we haven't told anybody about. And you know what? We're just going to drop that shit and we'll call it a day. And I was like, wait a minute. You mean that was your secret weapon that you never told anybody about? This revolutionary bomb that nobody heard? It's right up there with
especially with what they named it too.
Especially, yeah, that's why I'm not telling y'all. When you hear the name, it's right up there with amnesia bullets from Wolverine.
Oh, I was thinking about unobtainium from from Avatar.
There's even a point here where, and another thing that I don't like is that they introduce a kid in here that's not really, they're not integral to the story, except that to give kids something to relate to. Millie Bobby Brown.
Well, it gives Kyle Chandler a motivation.
You know what? But their motivation was the dumbest thing, man. She made a dumb move, and then that made them. And look, we see this all the time. Why we said Jurassic Park 2 was dumb.
Yeah.
It's why we say all these Jurassic Park movies are dumb, because these kids are always having them do dumb shit because they're always doing something dumb themselves.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me the city's blown up and you went where?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm mad at the movie. I think I'm just saying it's going to be such a look. It's just like with anything. It's just like with Endgame. It's something that you're not supposed to talk about. You're not supposed to criticize. It's there for the fans. People been waiting on it. If you say something, you're nitpicking. It's like, man, that. I'm sorry. This shit is obvious. and the reason why I say that, and for all the fans out there who get mad, I don't think you're going to be that upset. For fans out there, I think you're going to get what you're getting. From a fan level, I got what I was wanting. But, you know, I have to say that there was one movie that I saw before this that got it right better, I think.
Is that a monkey?
You know, Kong Skull Island, I think was a much better movie because it had more character on all fronts.
I respectfully disagree.
But I know, but you know what? I know you want the people that didn't like it. The movie was reviewed well. The movie it actually was a box office success. You know, like, and I hate to bring up Rotten Tomatoes, but because you know you're gonna try to make me look crazy because I know you and Corey Goodwin here when we talked about it because I was like, the movie's not that bad. And you're like, you like that bullshit? And I was like, yeah, me and the rest of the world. I mean, it's not unusual for me to like this, but this movie did well, and a lot of people liked it. You know, as I said, maybe it was a period piece, so that gave it character right there. They weren't just about the destruction; they were about actually world building here. And I like that it had, you know, maybe all the jokes didn't work, but I like that they had characters that were attempting to like not take this seriously and actually, you know, acknowledge that this is silly and we're gonna bring you know, some humor to it.
But the devils live below us. I call them skull crawlers. Why? Because it sounds neat.
Okay.
Look, I just made that name up. I'm trying to scare you.
You know, I like that they had characters in there like John C. Reilly.
Yeah, he was great.
He was the one that was like, look, you know, I'm the character here to tell you, like, really, don't take this shit seriously. It's a movie that, you know, some people, Godzilla fans, are going to say, you know, man, well, I just went in and enjoy. I just want to see the fights and the monsters. And I'm like, and you said this other day, you're like, well, you know, it's just a popcorn movie. And you said, I don't want to hear that shit. And I don't want to hear that shit from other people. Well, it's just fighting. That's all I want. It's like, okay, and you get that. And from a fan angle, I think that is great. But like I said, there's a lot of bad writing in this. You know, that we're gonna sacrifice all this because you wanted monsters and mayhem, and that's what you got. And you know what? That's all you gonna get. So, I don't know, man. I'll tell you. I'm gonna have to think about this for a moment. I might pass it off to you, Martin, while I'm thinking about it, because I'm caught between a very low matinee, extremely low matinee, and a high rental for this. Leaning on high rental.
There was that feeling of this could have been so much worse with the dialogue. I wasn't rolling my eyes the whole time. It would come up, especially when they bring up the science, because they would bring it up and then it wouldn't hold together. But it moved in such a way where I was like, all right, I see that that's just not the priority here. And while I think for fans, it delivers a high full price movie because it's everything that you could have had on your wish list. For me, someone who's not a big fan, I was like, you know what? Even though it's got all these things wrong with it, what it does do right is the spectacle, and it does it really, really right. Yeah, they would pull me out sometimes when they talk and try to explain what was going on. But other than that, by the time it was done, I was like, man, this is either a low full price or a really high matinee. And I'm kind of stuck. It's one of those where if you like this kind of thing, I think for sure it's a full price because it gives you what you want. For somebody like me who's more casual, but still had a good time, like it was at an amusement park or something, it's a high matinee.
Considering that this is fans. Look, for one, he's a hero, and I like that. I'll tell you that. And there are moments where Godzilla is, as from that perspective, it delivers. I don't know, man. For fans out there, I'm gonna tell you right now. For fans out there, I would give it a matinee. For myself, I'm wanting to probably give it a high rental, man. And it hurts me to say that because I love Godzilla and I want this movie to succeed. I want the movie to succeed because I want another one. I want to see another one. I'm eager to see another one. It looks like that one's gonna be just as dumb the way they're trying to get into it because they're truly out forcing this monster verse now.
Well, you'll get Kong back.
Yeah. No, that is true. Which don't make no sense either. What are you gonna do? Punch him in the nuts because he's this small,
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But like I said, I really, I don't want anybody to get mad because I think for the fans out there, it would really, you're gonna get a lot of pleasure from watching this, and we'll see how that goes with people out there. I hope that, like I said, I hope they do make another one, and I hope that the next one will hopefully maybe have a better script. Who knows? Who knows? Shit, Godzilla fans coming after me right now. Blow his ass up.